What's going on, you guys? What's going on, Max? I really wanted to, for some reason it's not working, but I really wanted to get this, I wanted to share table edit at the same time as live streaming, but YouTube is they're making it difficult for a brother because what I wanted to do, what I intend to do is actually show you how, like how I go about learning classical pieces. I was your first like, hey, thanks, Larry. But basically, the trick is simple. All you do is you import the MIDI file into Table Edit, optimize the fingerings, and it just spits out a banjo tab for you. And then once you have the MIDI file inside a Table Edit, then what you can do is go ahead and work out the fingerings, which is what I wanted to do with this video, but YouTube is keeping a brother down. So it's kind of sad. But I guess as far as like learning goes, I started doing this yesterday. I've actually been attacking this piece like for fucking 10 years, I think. It hasn't been 10 years. I've never really got it down. But one of my students is learning all the Bach. He's learning the entire cello suite in G major. And I was kind of coaching him through it and showing him how to do it. And the process is simple. And you guys, I mean, I think there's only 5 people watching, but it's a really good trick. What you do is whatever piece you want to learn, Google, find the MIDI file, import that into Table Edit, optimize the fingerings, transcribe it however you want, and it'll spit out banjo tablature for you. Again, it's really sad that they won't let me share my screen, or else I'd be able to show you how I'm doing it to apologize participants. If there's a way to share my screen, I really want to, but I don't think I can. But what I wanted to show you is after the MIDI file kind of spits out banjo tablature, we can go through and edit the fingerings. But it's not letting us do that. So you can kind of just listen to me practice. I like I said, I've been working on this tune for kind of like 10 years, like off and on, and I've never been able to get it really. But now that I'm a little more mature and I've been around a lot of, I guess like a lot of students, and my transcription process is a little better, I can get this thing down. And like my student, Russ, he's like learning all these pieces, and then like he's composing with it, because I personally identify with being a composer. I think that's kind of like my purpose here on earth. Besides all the jokes and stuff like that, I really think I'm a composer. And I think what I've heard is that the best way to compose is that you are what you eat. And so whatever you take in, you're going to compose like. And so I think it's very noble for one to learn a bunch of Bach and memorize a bunch of Bach, because Bach is like the hippest, dude of all time. And to take all that stuff in and really memorize it. And then from there, like compose what you will. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'll play for you like the little bit that I have again, because it's worth playing a million times. But how I practice is I'm going to practice this every morning for probably a week, and then see if it's good enough to record. But right now is that time in the morning where I got up. I had struggled getting this live stream going. I'm up in Mount Shasta, California, for anybody who's paying attention for my travels. But yeah, I'll be getting up every morning for the next week and a half, and just playing this thing for like an hour and working out little different parts. And I still have to work out the second part, which is like an A, but this one's in D minor. I think it's originally in G minor, but Bela Fleck plays it in D minor. So your boy plays it in D minor. So this is what it goes like. So yeah, that thing I've been working on for like 10 years. Just really, it's all about just like figuring out how to like finger it in the left hand and what rolls work the best. And after doing it for a while, I kind of get it. Yeah, I really wish there was a way I could share this tab with you. Can I put a file on here? Because then you guys can actually see what I'm doing. At least, no, there's no way to do this. Oh, you know what I can do? I can give you a Dropbox link. Oh my God. Okay, let's see that. So where is this thing? Oh my God, that's going to be so hip. So if you guys can follow, are you guys interested in this? Would you follow along? Oh no, whoops. Oh my God, this is going to be so funny. This is a reach around. I mean, a workaround. Let's see. Copy Dropbox link. Okay. So, oh my God, this is going to be so funny. Okay, so if you guys have table edit, I just gave you a link to this this piece that I've been working on. The whole thing that I just played, that's half of it. Let me know if that opens up for you. So did anybody try to open that, or are you guys just kind of listening from home? And you guys are all at work, probably keeping it down. Trying to support your boy. I appreciate it. But if nobody's here playing along, it's like, oh, whatever. But after I finish this tab, I'm definitely going to be selling it on my Patreon, however. But oh well, I guess nobody wants to. Nobody's chiming in. Whatever. You guys probably just hanging out. So then let's see. I'm on this tab, and we. Can you hear that? Got it. Super hip. Okay, you guys downloaded it. Okay, cool. So you can kind of see what's going on. Maybe we can talk it through measure by measure. So the first you got measure. Let me turn this up a little faster so it's a little easier to. It's a little more palatable. Let's put it at 120. We got the first few measures. That whole thing. Okay, so I have to work, but I'll follow along with the re-upload. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just kind of talk you through it because I spent a lot of time on these fingerings. Like seriously, like 10 years I've been stabbing at it, and like it's just like yesterday I finally put like the final nail in the coffin for the first half. You know what I mean? But okay, so if whoever's following along, we got the first 3 measures which go like this. That thing. All it's doing there really is it's going down D minor inversions on the first and second strings. So you got that much going along. And then the last part, it goes down like, it just goes down. It goes down in sets of 2 strings. And then the roll, it's like it's a thumb reverse roll. That's thumb 2 1, thumb reverse. And you can actually, it's very banjo-y. You can play it pretty fast. And you can do that. Like I've played it all over, like in like Celtic tunes, or like when the song is ending and the band is like going wild and stuff like that. If you're in G minor, you can like do the same thing. Just play like all the G minor versions with the same roll. And like everybody's like, damn, that guy's hip as fuck, dude. Like, where'd he come up with that? It's like Bach. That's where. Okay, so that's the first few measures. Are you guys following along? Am I smoking you? Are you guys able to understand that much? That's measures 1 through 3. Okay, I'll just assume you guys got that because you're all banjo experts. Okay, cool. So now we have measure 4. So that's kind of the next phrase. So this thing. So this thing, again, it's kind of like an arpeggio. I'm doing a hammer-on there. I didn't actually write in hammer-ons. In my tablature, I do not like writing in hammer-ons because it just makes it more confusing. But you have this, and on that open string, you shift. So it's kind of like a double octave D minor arpeggio. And then you get that open G string. And now you shift again. And then you got this guy. That is a D minor, like melodic kind of scale. Me, re, do. So you follow me on that one. And now we're going to do kind of something in A. And this is a nifty arpeggio. It's going from this alpha shape to this beta shape. The alpha shape only has notes on the 3rd and 4th strings. But the trick there, the sleight of hand, is the index finger on the 3rd string. That is it. You see that? And then your index finger lands you right onto that next inversion. This will come back throughout the arrangement. So it's a really nifty way to navigate arpeggios. But anyways, and then you got this thing. Sometimes Bach is just a little difficult. Hey, what's up, Glenn? Glenn's my number 1, dude. Glenn was my first student, at least online. So let's see. And then you got this guy. This is the top of measure 7. That's That's a 4 in a row roll. It's a different inversion, or it's a different mode of the square roll. That is an alternate thumb roll that starts on 2 thumb. I hope that makes sense. And then you go back down to that D minor scale. And then you got this kind of thing. Again, another kind of D minor arpeggio. Got that A note and the D note. Go up to the D. This inversion is kind of like the alpha D minor. Okay, now we're getting to where are we now at? Now we're at measure 9, and this is some super nifty shit. There's actually 10 different, like 100 different ways you can play this. This is the one I settled on because it sounds the best and it's the easiest to play. That is the lick, man. It's cool. If you think it sounds like take 5, that's because it is take 5. Whatever it is. It is take 5. Yeah, dude. Bach is everywhere. So anyways, there's a few different ways. You can do it like, you can do it with a thumb on the 5th string. But it's a little cumbersome. The other way you can do it is just on the 1st and 3rd string. The way that I do it is with you have 2 notes single string at the top, and then so it's thumb and then middle reverse. And the single string happens on the 1st string. It's kind of, and then thumb, middle reverse, and then thumb forward. And then the same roll again. So it's basically like G minor 7, and then F major 7, and then you got E like minor half diminished, E half diminished. I don't know, that could be a handful of different chords. Yeah, let's call it an E diminished. Half diminished, so it's got the natural 7. Or the dominant 7. Okay, cool. So that's that part. That part's really nifty. So far we have this much. Whoops. It's all about the rolls. Okay, so now we're there. It's like kind of like you end on like an A flat 9 kind of thing, because Bach's trying to have that dominant kind of tension. Okay, so now so where do we end on that E half diminished? Now we have this thing. Let me just play it for you. Sorry. So this part's kind of a bitch. It took me a long time to figure out this section, but basically what it is, if you can see the chords. This is starting at that. So it's measure 12 through 16. What it is it's a chain of 5 chords. So you got D, G, C, F, B flat. It's right around the horn, otherwise known as the circle of fifths. You can see I wrote in, it's D, G minor 7, C, F, and then B flat. Basically what happens is you're going to be switching from so you're going to be like going, if that makes sense. I'm not that good with chords, but I do know that you can like go around the circle of fifths by jumping around from here, and that's just the easiest way to play it. You got to jump that octave, and that's one of the cruxes. But with the fingerings that I wrote out, you should be able to get it. The right hand's kind of funny. I haven't really figured out the right hand there yet. And then we go on to the next part. Next part, measure 17. It's kind of like you'll hear it. Just listen to this whole thing. It's the idea there, as far as a good right hand, left hand fingering, is you want, because it has that pattern, you want the roll to be the same the whole time. And then what it ends up looking like, I don't know exactly how one could analyze this. It's like B flat and then G minor. B flat, G minor. And then we go to C, A minor, and then D minor, B flat, and then C. So that's that part. It's the same roll. I didn't write in the chords because it's kind of intuitive to play, so I saved myself some energy. But that part, once again, it's like an index, and then a double thumb forward, and then that little 2 thumb 2, and then that roll's repeated. Again, you shift on the first and second strings up to get the double stop of the higher part of the inversion. Okay, cool. And that brings us to measure. Where is that? Measure 25. Okay, so measure 25. So measure 25, it's just got a, I know it's a numerical pattern. You always end with, we're now in F, and it ends with that. So listen. So it's like do, re, mi, fa, mi, fa, sol, la. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. And each one of those ends with a do, ti, do. So that's how I'm fingering that in the right hand. And I don't really know if this is the best way to do it, but in traditional Celtic music, they'll play jigs, and this song is in fact in 6/8. They'll play jigs with in the right hand, like down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And it's going to be tricky if you've never done it before, but I'm going thumb, 1, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, thumb. There. And I'm still not getting it. But... And I'm basically going 2 notes on the third string, 1 note on the second for each one of those little motives. Except for the last one. The last one I'm doing 1 and then 2. Okay, cool. So that is that part. Now we're up to measure. Where is that? Okay, now we're up to measure 29. I wrote in the chords there. We got. Yeah, this part's kind of a bitch, but you'll hear the pattern. You'll hear the pattern. Let me play this for you. Okay, so this part, it's just kind of a Bach thing. This doesn't really have a pattern to my ear, but it's just a transition. That thing, like, it's like C7 to F. And it's super hip. And that's like I don't know if any of you guys got the Bela Fleck Picking Styles DVD. If you don't, you should. I'm pretty sure it's going out of print. I'm pretty sure the Drive book went out of print, which is sad. But nonetheless, in the Bela Fleck Picking Styles DVD, Bela talks about how he plays 3-finger single string. And when I actually asked him about it, he he told me, oh, I only did that for like a few weeks. I was like, what the fuck? But nonetheless, it impacted me. When you're going, you can do forward. That's a thumb reverse roll, ending on the thumb. Thumb, one thumb, one thumb. It says my connection's unstable. Are we back? Are you guys there? Yo, what's up, Grant? You guys can hear me? Okay, so where were we? C7 to F. What's good, Ricky? Yo, what's up, Grant? I'm just walking through this Bach piece, man. You can download the file that I put up there and follow along, but yeah. Okay, cool, thanks. So where are we? We're on measure. We're on a C7. We're on measure 29. You can see it's a forward. It's thumb forward, and then thumb forward, then thumb reverse. And that little is a little tricky, but 3-finger single string. It comes in handy when doing this. It's a very advanced technique. And then you got this F thing. I'm doing thumb one, thumb one, thumb there. And then that thing is just kind of weird. I play it. I wrote it out melodically. Actually, on the tab, you can see. I don't know if you guys are hip to table edit, but table edit, you'll see there's actually 2 tracks. You'll see there's actually 2 tracks. There's like a solo violin and a banjo, even though they're both banjo. But you can see the difference between how I play measure 31. One of them is single string, and the other one is melodic. I'll tend to do this a lot when I'm working out Bach pieces. I'll like figure out like 5-10 different ways to play it, and then whatever's the most natural, and whatever's the easiest, and whatever gets the most sound is generally the fingering that I'll end up doing. And in this case, I think I'm going to do the melodic one. I think what's written in there is there's like a single string. But I like doing the little melodic roll in there, just because it comes out with bigger and it's not that hard. It's reasonable. Yeah, it's very. I don't really know what it is analytically, but some things you just don't ask questions. You just got to learn Bach and then just move on. You can only take so much in at one time. And then okay, and that thing kind of simple. Again, just like a little phrase. It's not. Don't on measure 33 at that point. And that's halfway into measure 34. It's just kind of a thing. No way around that. Well, you could do open strings, but if your left hand is strong, you'll be able to do it. Okay, this brings us halfway into measure 34, which is that D minor thing. And then I'm just going to play for you the next phrase. You can listen to it on table. It sounds like this. So that whole thing, you can hear it's got like a motif. Where are we? So you see, I written it. There's like an E set. There's like an E flat 9, flat 13 in there. And how I learned this yesterday, I learned the phrases. They're alternating. Listen to this. So what I would learn is like you would learn them alternating. So the first one would be A minor, and then like is it A minor, G, F, E, and then D, something like that. So that I would learn that. So whatever those chords, let me look at it again. So it's it'd be again we're at measure 35. No, actually, measure 36. We're going to alternate. We're going to learn measure 36, measure 38, measure 40, and then measure 42. And that is just to simplify the pattern so you can kind of like divide and conquer. You know what I mean? So you got A minor, G, whoops, F, major 7 sharp 11, and then E7. So that's kind of how I would divide it first. And then you would learn the other half of the measures. So like, so that's the other half. That's going like that. It's like E7, flat 13, flat 9. Now you combine them, and then you'll get this. If I can play it. And that brings us to measure 42. Again, that part's super cool. I think there's a lot to be learned from that. There's other ways you can apply it. Like, say, for instance, you just like take the chords or just those notes. You can go, like that kind of thing. I don't know. You just like make it a base notes, add a different roll, and it's instant hipness. Yes, Glenn, Bach is fresh. He'll never not be fresh. Okay, cool. So now we got this thing, which is kind of funny. So that thing, we're looking at measure 43 to the top of 46. This one, I spent a lot of time on the fingerings. That thing, it's very strange, but it's cool. And it's just like it's like a C, F, G, F, C, and then like some. I don't really know what that like. It's a diminished chord. So just follow the roll, you'll get it. It just moves through the alpha inversions. Like I said, I spent a lot of time on these fingerings. So you can, I don't know if you're into learning this stuff. I don't know. Again, there was a 4 in a row roll there. So that's one thing to notice, right? In the middle of 45, that's a 4 in a row. It's an inversion of the square roll. Okay, now we're on the last little piece. And this thing is kind of weird. And this, like, how did I learn this? So yeah, it's just got like it just like does like this little scale pattern and keeps the same note in the bass. It's kind of weird. I worked out a few different ways, and this way is probably the most natural. And it's just a very tense ending. Okay, and then we go to this part, measure 51. And that's it's kind of like it's like a D minor with the flat 5, and then to like an A minor, and then this thing, measure 52. Again, that's the same kind of arpeggio that we touched on earlier. The trick is in the shifting on the index finger. That is the trick. And this last one, I go, you can see my left hand. I'm not barring this. The trick is, because your ring finger lands on that C note, you bring that ring finger up to the E note, and then you do the finger like that. And then you land on the A note. So I don't know if that helps at all. I really wanted to show you guys the tab while I was doing this. You can let me know what you think. I'll play it for you. it is. Any questions? I guess not. Yeah. Well, any other questions? I really want to, let's say, work on for a long while. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Enjoy the fingerings. Yeah. We're all just kind of hanging out now. Because what I have to do now is there's a whole nother section that I haven't optimized yet. Yeah, so we got to figure out how to play that one. Yeah. But one bite at a time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Any other questions? Or else I'm going to sign off. That kind of concludes this little lesson. Sorry I couldn't have the tab to view, but hopefully it'll help you guys out. Thanks, Max. Appreciate it, dude. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off. Much love and be in touch.